In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Bitcoin price chart right now and the current NASDAQ. Also, we're going to be going over the CoinGlass charts here, the top performing cryptocurrency assets. Also, taking a look at the Bitcoin balances on exchange and the USDT current holdings in the market. Also, we're going to be taking a look at the Greed and Fear Index. And we're going to be talking about the Bitcoin market dominance so far, how it's been performing over the past week and past month. And also, we're going to go take a look at the Bitcoin rainbow chart. And if you find any of these interesting, then you should definitely keep watching this video. Hi, I hope you're all doing well out there. This is the CryptoBits channel where we discuss all things Bitcoin and cryptocurrency news. Now, let's get into the news. So, coming here to CoinMarketCap, looking at the overall market, it looks like we are bleeding a little bit today. We're down 1.28%, which is not too bad. Bitcoin is still holding on to 65,000 after that impulse that we saw from 61,000 to 66,000. Ethereum is also still staying strong here, holding on in that 2,900 region. BNB is up. Solana is up. Let's see, XRP, Ton, Doge. Overall, we can kind of see a little bit of mixture of green and red, but we did see that Bitcoin is beginning to make a move upwards, and it is going to lift the rest of crypto with it while it goes up. So just trying to prepare for that. Also, in other news, Pepe did make a new all-time high, so congratulations if you are holding on that coin. Kronos is down 1% for the day, 2% for the week. You can see Stellar here is relatively stable. Dog with Hat is down tremendously, 7% for the day. Sui is up 6%, Phantom 4%. But just in general, most of the coins are doing relatively well, and that's something that you would expect to see when Bitcoin is going up, as it rising tide lifts all boats, and Bitcoin is the rising tide. Okay, so now jumping over to another thing we can take a look at. The NASDAQ. So, don't know if most of you have been paying attention to traditional finance and the stock market, but the NASDAQ has made new all-time highs and closed the daily 2 days in a row now. So we are seeing some bullish momentum coming on the stock market side. Looks like this move is actually just beginning. Well, not beginning, but I do expect that we are going to be seeing a lot more upside here in the NASDAQ as we just broke through all-time highs. And that is a very difficult thing to do in traditional finance. And when we do, we see moves like this that we have seen here in the past when we broke the previous all-time high, and we're now up 16%, which is huge when we're talking about traditional finance. Also, taking a look here, overall, we can see that currently we are Wing out of this pattern. Here, it's got it like a W formation, and we now have just broken out. So I do expect that the NASDAQ will continue to carry on as it is currently, and we will see more new all-time highs for hopefully years to come. Okay, now how is that going to affect Bitcoin? Well, let's get into that. So looking at Bitcoin, you can see that it kind of wants to trail what the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones are doing. So with those things breaking new all-time highs, I do expect that we are going to be seeing similar moves in Bitcoin sooner than later. Hopefully, sometime in the next month or two, but we have time to sit back and wait and see what's going to happen. Currently, Bitcoin is on an uptrend. We did see a small minor, actually not a minor, but an impulse upwards that brought us up 7.5%. I don't know who was buying that, but good on you. Congratulations. You helped move the market. And now we are seeing that we are bouncing off the bottom of this gray cloud here, or support cloud that we see, which tends to typically happen like the last time we came out of this and bounced off of this. With that similar move, we went on to go make massive moves to the upside, going from about 43,000 all the way to 74,000. I'm hoping that we see something similar here, but there's no guarantees. One thing I am paying attention to is we're waiting for these black plus signs here to go into the gray signs, which makes the move even more significant, because right now it's a little bit kind of hesitant in the market. But when we start seeing these things flash gray, then we kind of know that Bitcoin is going to be making more and more moves to the upside, which is what we want to see if we're holding. I'm sorry if you're shorting, but you are not going to be happy with the move that may be coming in the short term. I do have a price target for Bitcoin if it does break out to the upside here. My target right now is currently targeting the 100,000 range. Well, actually 108,000 I've drawn out through a pattern, but I do know that a lot of people are saying that 100,000 is going to be a significant area of resistance, just because of the psychological round numbers thing that traders and human brains are affected by. So I think some people are going to be taking profits a little bit sooner in the 90,000 or in that region. So I would not be surprised if we did see a minor correction or pullback when we hit 90,000 and then continue on to go and test that 100,000 region. But there's a good chance that we just blow through it, and that the momentum is just so strong that we just continue upside, and maybe we touch 108,000 before actually seeing some more harsher or deeper corrections in distribution in the market. But nobody knows. I can't predict the future, but these are just some things that I'm looking out for. Hopefully you guys, whatever you guys are planning to do, you guys get correct. But the safest thing you can always do is just DCA, buy in DCA. You're never going to be wrong as long as Bitcoin continues to go up, which it will do forever. Coming back and taking a look at CoinGlass here, we can also see a little bit more detailed information on what kind of is going on in the markets. We can see that we are seeing less volume, less trading happening in the markets over the past few days, which is good, because we do want people just to buy and hold Bitcoin, because as long as people are buying and self-custodying and holding them and taking them off the market, we know that supply and demand can take effect, and with less supply and more demand, we know what happens to price in those scenarios, as we've seen in the past. So it is looking good in that case. We also saw Grayscale buying Bitcoin again the other day. So that's a very bullish sign, and that's probably why we saw such a massive move in the price of Bitcoin over the past day. Now, jumping in here, let's see, let's go to the show all the flows, not overview, asset inflows and outflows. We did see that Grayscale did buy some Bitcoin, as I was just previously illustrating and saying. Also, we can see that IBIT looks like BlackRock did not buy any Bitcoin today, but we did see Grayscale's buying, and usually when Grayscale buys, the price of Bitcoin goes up. So that is another thing that you can pay attention to and kind of look at if you are trying to trade this and trade the market and kind of predict where the price may be going. So far, 2 for 2 for Grayscale, bought twice, price went up twice. So hopefully that trend can continue, and we can see a lot more moves to the upside for Bitcoin. Further expanding and going into some data about the Bitcoin balance that is on exchanges, we can see that the Bitcoin balances have been going down over the past days. We went from 1.75 million Bitcoin on exchanges to 1.73 million Bitcoin on exchanges. And we are seeing the price react positively to that, which is what we want to see. Because as you can see, as more Bitcoin goes onto exchanges, what are people going to do if they're taking their Bitcoin out of their cold wallets and putting them onto exchanges? Well, they're probably going to be selling them, right? So if they are selling them, it's going to kind of affect the price depending on how much hits the market. We did see that there was a whale recently who tried to offload a lot of Bitcoin recently, and they even had to halt Coinbase because this person was trying to definitely push Bitcoin downwards. And good thing we had Will step in, and they were there to buy up and scoop up all that Bitcoin. So it was a good try by whoever was trying to do that, but they failed. Also, now taking a look at the USDT here on Ethereum, we can see that there is more and more fiat that is coming into the crypto sphere. Now, I have a better chart that does show that. We have to go here and take a look. What I am trying to look at okay, I just had it here not too long ago. Yeah, so here the stablecoin market cap is going to show and display everything that you want to see happening in the crypto space. So we're seeing that the stablecoins currently is rising constantly, right? We do see that some people, when they do take profit in Bitcoin, they are transferring it back to stablecoins. So they're taking profit in stablecoins. They're not leaving crypto per se, but they are taking profits because they feel like there may be a correction or we may go back down. So you do see moments like that where you see the price go downwards and stablecoins rise. But in general, even during the bear market, we are seeing more and more stablecoins being made and issued by Tether and Circle and even DAI. So this is positive news because it means that more and more people are entering into the space with more capital and converting their fiat into crypto stablecoins. Now, they're sitting on the sidelines now, but I think as we see more and more price move to the upside, we will see them actually deploying those stablecoins into either Bitcoin or Ethereum or, Solana, any of the other altcoins, but they are not going to sit in stablecoins while crypto prices are pumping up. So hopefully that's sooner than later, but, we have plenty of time. Jumping into the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, we can see that we are currently at a 74, which means we are in the greedy territory. So be cautious, but just because we are showing this signs of greed coming back into the market, it doesn't mean that we will not or cannot continue higher. Because as you saw here, we saw massive amounts of greed here. I mean, we were in the 80s and 90s, and we just kept going higher and higher and higher. So, the market can stay greedy for months, right? It doesn't have to be days or weeks, but we're talking months. I mean, this right here showed that we were kind of in that greedy territory for almost October, November, December, January, February, all the way through February. So that was about 5 months. So just because it says we're greedy now doesn't mean that we won't continue on. And some might argue, yeah, we've been in this greedy territory for a while, but I kind of don't want to rely heavily on this indicator. I mean, it is useful, and you can kind of guess some things, but I wouldn't rely too heavily on this indicator. But it is a nice tool to have. Now, coming into the Bitcoin dominance, we're seeing that the Bitcoin dominance was previously at a low, but we are now starting to climb higher, which means that Bitcoin is about to steal the show, in my opinion. I think we're going to see Bitcoin go on a massive run to the upside. Hopefully, like I said, I want to see 100,000, right? But some people are thinking that might be the top, and then we're going to maybe go consolidate sideways for, 4 or 5 months until, 2025. Or the end of this year, November, December-ish. But, I mean, if it happens soon, I would not be disappointed. But I think that as the Bitcoin dominance continues to rise, we're going to see some big moves. So looking forward to seeing big moves in the coming months or weeks, as early as weeks. But, I mean, it could happen as early as days. But I am liking that the Bitcoin dominance is rising, and I think that is healthy and a good thing for crypto markets overall. But that means that if you are mostly in altcoins, you are going to see those things not perform as well as you'd like them to, while Bitcoin is stealing the show, and most people are piling into Bitcoin, causing and fueling like a massive rally in the price of Bitcoin before it corrects, and then that money can go and flow into altcoins like Ethereum and your Solanas and Ripples and Doges and even meme coins. Meme coins this cycle are actually, I think, going to be a pretty significant deal. If you're in the market and paying attention to those things already, they're performing tremendously and outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, but yeah, I'm just overall good thing. I think that's healthy for the market, and we do want to see Bitcoin still maintain its dominance for now. Now, before you, I have the infamous Bitcoin Rainbow Price Chart Indicator. Now, for those of you who are out there who, use this as your holy grail of investing, well, I'll tell you now that it says we are still in the accumulate and buy zone. So we're right in between the blue and the greenish where it says buy and accumulate. So this is a very good opportunity to be buying if this is how you use your thesis for investing into Bitcoin. But as you can see here, I think this is kind of crazy to me because these prices seem so high for Bitcoin. I mean, I can't imagine seeing Bitcoin at $500,000 next year or within the next 12 to 18 months. That just seems a bit wild to me, but it is definitely a possibility. And as you can see, maximum bubble territory puts us in like the 600s, close to $700,000 range for one Bitcoin, which would like absolutely be like mind blowing and probably mind melting for most people. I don't think we are going to reach that, but it's a possibility. So I want to be ready for that. I feel like if we were to see even in the 300s of thousands of dollars, I would probably mostly be out of the market at that point. Even if it were to go on to 600,000, I'd probably mostly be out of the market at that point. I just don't think we're going to go that high, but you never know. So that just about wraps up everything that I have for you guys today. I hope that you guys found some of this information useful and can use it in your own set of tools so that you guys can profit in your trading and investing. Now, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. As always, remember to keep calm and crypto.